Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. We have just hop, skipped and jumped from the London Stadium after 2-0 victory over Norwich. Well-deserved, comfortable win.
Great performance.
Yeah, great performance. We're going to get into it after Scott does the starting lineups. But before we do that, man, I just want to point out, someone made a comment on last week's post-match pint saying it's tacky having pints here. Well, this is called post-match pint, so we're going to have pints, so this one's for you. And someone else picked up a comment as well, said I didn't look at you enough then. Now I watched it back, and I was looking at you, you was looking at me, you was looking at me, I was looking at you. So,
well, you got to look at me more.
I'll make sure that I look at you a bit more.
Scott.
The thing is, when people are talking, I like to just concentrate, like I'm listening to you there, but I don't mean it. So if I offended anyone, I do apologise, but I do like that.
Being in the middle, especially if we're...
Don't touch me.
Especially if you're like mid-conversation, it's a bit hard because you're like this.
Yeah, because you two are talking and I just sort of zone off like, oh, I wonder what's for dinner. Scott, starting lineups, mate.
Yeah, well, nice and easy, isn't it? Same as the Watford.
Oh, get out.
But, yeah, so with Fabianski in goal, Masuaku left back, Fredericks right back, Ogbonna and Diop in the centre. Noble, Rice, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Anderson, and Sebastian Haller up top.
Do you know what? Surprisingly, when you look at the bench, no Jack Wilshere.
Yeah, we was talking about that before the game, weren't we?
Yeah, no Jack Wilshere and no Hernandez as well. Rumours that he's handed in a transfer request and he wants to leave. I'll be very surprised if we do let him leave. But yeah, I was very surprised that Jack Wilshere wasn't in the squad today after his performance the other night. But that just shows the depth in the squad.
Do you think it's still a case of he's trying to manage his fitness, so he's thinking it's safer just to have him out? And
it's possible as well. You know, you think that if you know he's still coming back from the injury he picked up, he did play well against Newport. He probably deserved to be on the bench at least today, but 2 games in a week. But then again, we've got the international break. Yeah. So he's got time off in.
It's not even about the game time. It's like even not being on the bench. But you know what? Let's forget about the negatives because we've got so many positives to talk about today. From start to finish, we was very comfortable today. I was a bit surprised how poor Norwich were because I was expecting them. Me and you that spoke on the live show the other day. We was expecting Norwich to come here and really give us a game, but I thought our back four today and Declan Rice and Noble done their homework on Pukki because they kept him quiet and they kept the service to him quiet as well.
Yeah, he hardly had any chances against us, did Pukki?
This is what I said in the preview that I did. I turned around and said that if we get about him a bit and stop him playing to him, and we done that. We pressed from the front. We tried to stop and play.
That was the big thing today. Like from Ale was pressing like all over place, trying to win the ball back high. Anderson was pressing. That's like the first time I've seen us do that in maybe ever.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. That's what we should.
It's been a long time since we've had players like that, especially a striker chasing the ball as much as Ale was today. And I just thought we looked so comfortable from kick-off to full time. I mean, we'll talk about the first half a bit, but
I think we was shaky there was a sort of 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes, yeah. But I think that was sort of West Ham working Norwich out, how they're going to play.
Yeah.
And I can't. Do you know what? I can't fault anyone today. I mean, there's a lot of people. Some people on fan cams were sort of slating Fredericks today, but I said to him like, where I sit, you see the way he covered Diop and Ogbonna a couple of times in that first half and got there to clear the ball when Norwich could have broke because we were caught out of position. But
he made some really important tackles and clearances. The way he gets back so quick and just
overall being overcritical, he was our worst player.
Really?
Yeah.
If you take the goal out of it, I had Yarmolenko down.
No.
As the worst player.
See, I thought Yarmolenko sort of grew into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it took it again, but he's another one. He's coming back from long-term injury. I said to your uncle, who sits next to him, I turned around and said to him that we were saying last season when he came into the side, it took him 3 or 4 games to get up to scratch.
Oh yeah, you can't knock him, but I just think he sort of slowed things down to the point where today we played very quickly. We moved the ball very quick.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. There was a couple of times where he checked back when he could have made that forward run or forward pass, but yeah, like you said, it took its taking him a few games, and this is a big chance for him now because Antonio being out, it looks like it's typical West Ham fashion. It's the worst hamstring injury you can get, and it looks like it's going to be about 3 months. So
you couldn't make it up.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Antonio, but now this is a time for players like Yarmolenko to step up and take his opportunity.
That is it. It's the West Ham way that he's picked up that type of injury, but seasons gone by, we ain't had the options that we've got now.
No.
You sit there, we've lost Antonio, we've got no one to replace him, we're going to struggle, blah, blah, blah. Now, you've got Yarmolenko, you've got Fornals.
So many players now, haven't we?
It seems like he's slowly integrating Fornals into the Premier League.
Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to do it bit by bit.
I mean, what did he get today? He got about 3 minutes at the end, and he come on about 87 minutes, but
still looked good when he came on.
He played the other night, didn't he? Yeah, you can see the talent's there. And
he got his goal. He scored, didn't he?
Yeah. So, but look, Sebastian Haller,
different level.
What a striker we've got there.
Yeah.
He, like you, 100%, mate. He's a different level. I'm surprised that we got him in the summer, but we have. He's a West Ham player. It's going to be hard to keep hold of him if he keeps up like this because he wasn't great today, but he's still effective and good.
The thing is, he calls his defence his problem because he's got a lot about his game. He isn't just one-dimensional. He's not just a lump who's going to hold the ball up. He can hold the ball up. He can take players on. He showed a bit of pace when he got to the cross for the first goal. He beat the defender for pace. He put himself about as well. The tackle that sort of injured the Norwich defender, he won the ball. Yeah. Caught the Norwich defender on the follow-through. His all-round game suits the way we're trying to play.
Yeah, I love watching him, and there'll be times there'll be 3 players around him, and he'll keep the ball. He won't lose the ball. He might be on the floor. He'll get back up. He'll stick the ball.
He's done that a couple of times today.
The thing I liked about Norwich, though, I'll give him credit for this. They didn't set up to defend. They come to try and play.
Do you know what I said exactly? I said that in one of the fan interviews I've done. I said, credit to Norwich that it was nice to see 2 teams go out and want to play football on the floor. Yep. Norwich didn't come here and just lump it up like we've seen like newly promoted teams do before. Yeah. Yeah. Even some Premier League teams do it. But
we've done it for long enough.
I thought Norwich come here to play football, but at the end of the day, Premiership class showed. And look, I mean, we ain't mentioned him yet, but Felipe Anderson for me was. I mean, I said to you, didn't I? BBC give Yarmolenko man the match. I mean, I don't know what they was watching there, but Felipe Anderson, that was probably one of the best performances I've seen. He looked so confident. He was just the way that just before half time when he flicked it around that player, nutmegged the player on the halfway line, and I said it was a bit like Pint, when he played for us. He had the confidence to do that, and if he does that week in week out, we've got one hell of a player there.
See, now this is the good thing. This is good for you about opinions as well. They're saying Yarmolenko, you're saying Anderson. I thought Lanzini was outstanding.
Yeah, do you know what, mate? There could have been 2 or 3. I thought Mark Noble had a great game. I thought Lanzini had a great game as well.
For me, Lanzini, he's not done it. He's playing that sort of, not a free role, but he's playing in that in behind Haller. But he was going and receiving the ball off the centre halves. He was driving forward, he was linking up the play. I just thought that the fact that he was in a free role position, even though he was working back and still tracking back, he was, it gave him a bit of freedom to pick up the ball off of a centre half, to play it into the midfield, to get forward, to support the striker. And I think we'll benefit from him being able to do that in the side. Today I thought the way we set up was perfect for the team we were playing. And I just thought the passing and Masuaku, first cross, we scored a goal. It's never happened with Masuaku.
No, he impressed me today, Masuaku.
Defensively, he impressed me as well. I thought defensively he looked solid.
Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, if he can do that going forward, I want to see that Masuaku game in, game out. If he can do that, have his defensive side on point and go forward like he does. For some reason, the best performances I see in Masuaku always seem to be at home. That always seems to be the case for me. He just thrives on that London Stadium when he's got the ball, when he's bombing down the wing.
It was a great little ball. Was it Anderson put him through, wasn't it? And Masuaku first time hitting, and Haller's there, and he's always going to be there. So if you get the right balls in, if Fredericks can do it from the other side, he's going to score tons of goals.
Very similar to the goal he scored against Watford. That quick ball, like what Anderson put in, cross goal, tap in. And I think if we can do that and we can get them balls, I think we'll...
See, I think as well, with now they've sort of been training together a lot more. The players are getting used to the movement of the Haller, if you know what I mean. Like Masuaku knew, play that ball in. Play it across the edge of the 6-yard box, play the ball in first time. Because how many times do we normally see we get in that position, we stop the cut back, or we ping it over the other side or cut it back. But he just knew where he sort of like he knew, right, he's going to be there, I'm playing it first time, It's good to see because we haven't seen that for a long time. The sort of intelligence of Haller as a striker that is rubbing off the other players that are there.
The thing is, it gives the players like Lanzini, Anderson, Noble, Yarmolenko, it gives them confidence as well to know that they've got a striker like Haller who's going to drop deep and come for it. Because the last, I don't want to criticise people like Andy Carroll and that, but they're sort of, their game. He's not going to drop deep and look for it. Yeah, he wants it lumped up in the air so he can. But Sebastian Haller just offers you so much. He's not only good in the air, he's good on the floor as well, and his hold-up play as well, and he brings so many people into the game.
Yeah, he does. And to replace Arnie, that's what we needed. We needed a striker. He's the perfect person, and
he's almost like a better Arnie, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's pretty much like a better Arnie.
He's like an Arnie, a Carroll and a Chicharito all rolled into one.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's like a complete striker.
Yeah. He's a striker we've been looking for at this club for a long time. Probably since, Dean Ashton?
Yeah.
That perfect all-round striker.
He's the biggest goal threat since Ashton.
Yeah.
I think, for me. And that's
a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. But yeah, I mean, you see the fans' reactions after the game. I mean, we got so many fan cams today, even people walking past it. Everyone's buzzing, and it's a good time. And look, it took us. We're on 7 points now. It took us 7 games last year to get to 7 points. We've done it in 4. We lost to Man City opening game of the season. Like, our heads could have dropped big time now. We wasn't great at Brighton, but we nicked a point. We're unbeaten away from home this season. That's what I said on the fan cam as well. I said, maybe that's something that Pellegrini's trying to improve on, is our away form.
You think if you include the cup game, there's 2 wins and a draw away from home. When was the last time we had that in for us?
Yeah, it's perspective, isn't it? How much time? Because even after Brighton, we got to a point where it was still a bit down, and then after Watford, it was like brilliant. We got a win, but we didn't perform great, but then you go to Newport, and now we get a win today. The whole perspective changes. We've only lost to Man City.
The international breaks come too soon, isn't it? It's just like a time where we didn't want it, but
for a change for us, normally
usually we can't wait to get the international break, so the season starts now, but. I think today's win puts us up to 5th. I know there's games tomorrow and that, so we might drop down a bit. But I think 7 points out of 12. If you would have offered that to any of us after that City game, we'd have all took it, wouldn't we? I think it's a great return.
That's what I said to you when you asked me on the live show. How do you rate the start of the season? That's what I said. I think if we'd won today, so I think you've got to give it a 9. Because Brighton's not an easy place to go to get points. And we got points. We beat Watford at Watford. Apart from last season, we'd struggled away from home at Watford, and then we've turned over a newly promoted side. I think that's probably the first time we've come up against a newly promoted side and beaten since we beat Huddersfield.
Well, not just that. Norwich have been scoring for fun, even though they've just beaten Newcastle and that newly promoted. They've got goals in them. We've kept a clean sheet against Norwich. They've got Pookie, who's been banging in goals for fun.
He was non-existent today. He had one.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Fabianski didn't hardly have anything to do. The back 4, I'm pleased for the back 4 that they've kept clean sheets there. I know we kept a clean sheet against Newport, but that was a different back 4.
And I'm pleased for Fabianski because that's his first first clean sheet in a while. We rode our luck a bit when they hit the bar, but he was offside. So we were saying walking down, we haven't lost the game since Bonner's come back in the side.
No.
And everyone's slating him. Yeah. But in football, you've got to look at the stats.
And as someone mentioned on fan cams, we haven't lost since Nicky's been in Mexico.
So you better stay there, mate.
Stay there, Nick, until we lose, mate. But no, Ogbonna today, I can't fault Ogbonna. I thought him and Diop complemented each other so well today, and it's hard to pick. I mean,
the Ogfather's back.
Yeah, the Ogfather.
The t-shirt's coming in.
Yeah. It just goes to show form is a temporary thing. You know, people where if a player has a bad run, it's not a case of let's get rid of the player. It's form can come back.
There just seems there's a togetherness with this squad. You see it after the first goal. Everyone run over to Masuaku, you know, because they appreciated him, what he done. I mean, even with the Yarmolenko goal as well. Same again. They all run to him, and his celebration was nice because he obviously there's a lot of people behind the scenes that we don't see and don't really appreciate, but he ran over to the medical staff that got him fit again. Yeah. And that was a nice touch. Yeah. Nice to see that.
That was a bad injury.
He knackered himself doing it.
Yeah, he's
that was a long old run.
It took him 20 minutes to get from the touchline to the dugout. But no, do you know, I like this. I like being a football supporter. You go through the good times and your bad times. And at the moment, we're enjoying the good times. You know, there's not been many at West Ham in the last few years, but this start to the season is a great start, and we go into the next after the international break we'll probably be in the top 8, depending on other results. Yeah. And then we come back and we play Aston Villa away, which will be tough. But you look at our next 3 games: Aston Villa away, Man United at home, Bournemouth away. There's 3 games there that are winnable. You know, Man United now, you know, few seasons or in the past, Man United at home, you think, oh, it's like when we play Man City now. But Man United at home, we proved it last season. We can go there and we can give them a good game.
Man United are really not the Man United. They're not even close.
I said this in pre-season when I was on the American Hammers channel. You know, I turned around and said, you can't. There's no one barring City and Liverpool. You can't fear the big boys anymore.
No.
Man United ain't the Man United of the past. Chelsea are not the Chelsea. Arsenal are not the. The only 2 teams you worry about playing for me is City and Liverpool at the minute. You know, and to be fair, Liverpool, if they're front free click, you're in trouble. Yeah. But you can still give them a game. City, a different kettle of fish, especially playing against us. Yeah. You know, they seem to have our number. And
to be fair though, to Liverpool, we give them a good game here at the London Stadium last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, we should have won. But obviously, we had VAR. We had 3 points.
Yeah, they're the 2 teams that you fear.
Just a quick thing on VAR. I mean, there was 2 penalty shouts of Yarmolenko, but I don't think they checked them, did they?
My mate Lee turned around and said to me, 'cause he was watching where he is. Turned around and said, "How was it not a penalty?"
Yeah, I haven't seen
for
him back,
me, the first one looked like a dive from Yard. It looked like a dive.
It just looked like he lost his footing.
Yeah, it didn't look like.
But the Hilaire one in the second half, that looked blatant penalty.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen the replays back, so I can't really comment.
I mean, they must be watching it in real time on their monitors, and they must say.
But the thing is, there wasn't even. Now, when we played City, something had happened. It come up on the screen, reviewing red card. Yeah.
I thought there was none of that every game.
I think they only do it if they stop the game for VAR. Because sometimes some ones
the game was stopped because there was a corner.
No, but I mean, like, you know, when they stop it for VAR and you're waiting for a decision and the ref's like there, so then people need to know.
But you can't turn around and say that. I'm sure with VAR, if that Hilaire thing. No, there was another point in the City game where they reviewed a penalty shout.
Reviewed a red card.
And there weren't. The game was flowing.
What, for the red card? I'm sure the game was stopped.
Penalty.
No, it was the penalty, but they was also checking the red card while the penalty shout was going on, because it was just before that where Rice was accused of elbowing someone in the face.
But there was nothing saying that VAR was in play today. It was like it weren't even now. There was no time added on. Yeah. We didn't stop during the game for any. Maybe there weren't any incidents when the game stopped that VAR needed to review. Yeah. But even the first goal, you could. Oh, no, he was miles on the side. So I don't know. It's just
they probably reviewed it though. They probably review every goal, didn't they? But
I just think that there was times in this game where VAR should have stepped in, and we'll see it back. But
it would have been interesting.
I think the Hilaire one was a penalty.
The Yarmolenko one is that if that was a penalty, then obviously we had a corner which the ref played on, and it would have been interesting to see if they'd have cleared that corner and the ref would have gone, no, penalty. Yeah. Because then I can imagine the Norwich fans would have been proper up in arms thinking, what's going on here?
But that's what I just don't understand with that is, why was it not shown that it was being looked at. Because there must have been, even though the referee said nope, no penalty, there was, I think we had 4 penalty shouts or 3 penalty shouts during the game. None of them were looked at by VAR.
I just don't think they're going to tell that they look when they're looking at every. I reckon they look at quite a few.
They would have checked it. They would have checked it 100%.
Don't get me wrong. It's nice to see the game flow. That was really nice to see, especially after the stop-start we had at City. But it was good to see the game flow. I just thought there was times when maybe they should have said they were looking into it.
I mean, some grounds obviously don't have the screen, so they're not going to know.
That's only Old Trafford and Anfield, isn't it? Funny enough.
Yeah. But apart from VAR, what I really want to talk about is Mark Noble today, right? Because I thought he had a brilliant game, but he sort of dispelled this myth of him being this player this idea that he could never play in this attacking Pellegrini-style team, that he slows the game down, that he passes sideways and backwards. He, today, showed that he can play that one-touch football. He made some great forward passes. He made them one-touch passes. He showed that he can fit in this sort of
I think Declan Rice had a really quiet game. He was good, but he was quiet because Noble was in there doing the work that Declan Rice had tried doing while Noble was out of the team. And I agree with you. I thought Noble today was, and when he went off, he got a standing ovation. I mean, it gave me goosebumps because and the funny thing was though, everyone was clapping him off, and then they went Marno, and then all of a sudden they went Carlos Sanchez, and he just went silent. I felt sorry for him, but it just shows, it proves that he gets his haters and doubters, but
this is, look, I've said this before. I've converted on my opinion of Noble. But you saying that about these people say he does pass sideways and backwards a lot. Yeah. Because he tries to keep possession and it's what the players around him.
You play the way you face him. We've always been told that as a young kid. You play the way you face him. So if you're facing towards your own goal, you're going to play that way. Exactly. If Noble tries to turn out of play and loses it,
everyone's on his back.
He's on his back.
But that's the myth, is that he only can pass sideways when there's an opportunity for it.
On today's display, that's the Noble we saw the last season up.
Look at that ball he put through to Anderson. One touch. Put Anderson through. This is
what you've said all along, the fact that when he's around better players, he ups his game.
Yeah, and I think that's the case for any player really. If you get better players around you, your game ups. Because he has to now, because he has to try to perform week in, week out. Because if not, he'll find himself out of the matchday squad. That's the squad depth we've got at the moment.
I still would like to see a game. There'll probably be one later in this week, especially around Christmas time, as long as everyone's fit, where you see Wilshere, Noble and Rice playing together.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that, to see how the three of them play together, because Noble can play that sort of holding role alongside Rice and let Wilshere play the Lanzini role that he had today. It'd be interesting to see how the three of them play together.
Yeah, it'll be, because defensively as well, Mark Noble, we put in some crunching tackles, you know what I mean, and let him know he was there.
And that's what he brings to the team, doesn't it? He gets in there and he's gets stuck in. That's what I'm saying. Declan Rice didn't have to do that today, and Declan Rice just played his own game. But Declan Rice, I thought, had a good game.
Yeah. Well, the thing I loved about Rice as well is when Diop got forward in the first half.
He covered.
Rice straight back in that position. No questions asked. Straight in centre half.
Diop was up on the wings, putting in a cross.
That was a good ball as well. Let's be honest. It was a good ball he put in for a centre half. You're thinking this is going anywhere.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about Yarmolenko's goal. I mean, just before that, he sort of hit the post, didn't he, with a volley. Yeah. But he deserved the goal today. I thought he played well.
You can see it meant a lot to him.
Yeah, he grew into the game.
A lot of people,
finish as well.
Around me were saying that he weren't playing well.
No, I can understand that, because he had a sort of mixed game. There were spells where he looked like, he's gonna be decent, and then he give the ball away. So you can sort of understand that.
And I think it's because everyone else was so good at the times, and everyone, like I said, everyone was moving so quick and playing that one-touch football. When it comes to him and he was around the box, it would be like, okay, right, I'm going to take too many touches and wait and find an opening. Whereas we was just whipping it down, getting the ball in. I think that's where, I don't think he was terrible. I just think in comparison, and on the edge of things, it's just where we was playing so quickly and him slowing it down. It just noticed. It just stood out apart from the others. But I mean, he got his goal, and he deserved, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm pleased for him as well, because as we said, Antonio being out now, this is a chance for him to stake his claim in the first team. You know what I mean? To be a regular.
I just think him getting that goal as well. Like you said, he hit the post beforehand. him getting that goal now will breed confidence in him. He's going to be fitter by the time the season, by the time we get up and running after the international break as well. When you saw today, I know, people say it's only Norwich and all that, but the way we attacked them today with Hilaire, Lanzini, Yarmolenko and Anderson, that's a frightening front line.
Yeah. The thing is, you say it's only Norwich. Look at the way they took it to Chelsea.
Oh, I know.
Chelsea struggled to beat them. They barely came out.
I'm not saying it's only
No, I know
Norwich,
you're not. I'm saying
other people will go, well, don't get too excited. You played Norwich.
In this league, in this league, it's not only anyone. It's every team is tough. You know. So you can't look upon any team.
But I just think that we've got a frightening front line now.
Yeah, we have. There'll be teams, even like the top 4 teams, when they play us, they'll be looking at our attacking lineup, and that their defenders that day are going to be, they've got hard work that day because our players can play football, and the thing is, we're getting that right balance now of midfield, and as long as we're sort of lucky with injuries this season, there's no reason why we can't sort of break into that Europa League. Because you've seen what Wolves have done, and I'm sort of jealous of that, because I see a team like Wolves, they go out, they play football, they had a great season last year, they've got through their qualifiers, and now they're in the Europa League.
And they've done it by getting the ball on the floor.
Yeah, they play football, and that's what I want to see West Ham do, and that's what we've always wanted to see West Ham do. I mean, there's this myth about, obviously, the West Ham way that other fans don't understand, but as us West Ham fans, we understand that as people growing up saying the West Ham way is that we play football on the floor, attacking, attractive football, and we're sort of getting that back with Pellegrini. He's slowly bringing that back to us.
See, the thing is, I know you look at people being very critical with him and things like that, and I've said previously he hasn't really got a plan B. This is probably the first season where he's had his players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's the players that he's brought in, the side that he's built. I know he's inherited the likes of Bonner, Nobes, Rice, things like that. But the attacking players are his players he's brought in. So
plus Diop and Valbuena.
He sees something in the players that he's bringing in, and obviously with Rice, the talent that he's got, you can't deny that. He'd walk into any team in the Premier League, in my opinion. Noble is Noble. Like I said, all the managers he's played under, he's always started. Bonner, probably when Diop and Valbuena come in, he was used as a backup. Now he's Pellegrini's first choice.
That's down to Bonner taking his chance.
Yeah.
And Valbuena was first choice last season. Now he finds himself on the bench, and that's as fans, it's hard for us to pick a starting 11, but for Pellegrini, it's a good headache for him to have. That's what you want as a manager. You want to look around thinking, I can afford to lead the likes of Wilshere and Hernandez out of the squad, and last week it was Snodgrass and things like that.
And that's the exciting thing for the Cups this year.
Yeah.
That we can then go, these players we're leaving out, we can put on, and then nothing like a B team.
Yeah, them players are just as important as the first 11. This is what it's about with a squad. If you want to go and have a successful season and try to win a trophy, that's what you need. You need a happy squad who's going to... I know, look, everyone wants to play every game. We know that, but you can't do that in football these days.
Exactly.
You've got to expect to be dropped and.
But then it is an incentive if you're in the cup game and you're not starting the league games. Go and have a blinding performance and try and push your way into the Premier League.
That's why I was so surprised that Jack Wilshere weren't even on the bench today.
Yeah,
because I thought we had a blinder the other night.
And that's the thing with that cup game as well, is the fact out of the 11 that started, 10 were different from the Brighton game. They kept a clean sheet. They played okay. They put a decent performance in. They got the job done. It was a professional performance, and we got the clean sheet. We got the win. And then come Saturday, 10 changes again. Exactly the same mentality. Professional performance, got the win, got the clean sheet, and that's good to see. 2 different back lines, barring Diop, 2 clean sheets. 2 different goalkeepers, 2 clean sheets. But the mentality of that seems to be coming through now. And I'm with you. I think the international break has just come at
it's come at a bad time, but sometimes it can be a sort of good thing as well, because now the players can sort of have a break. They can get together. I know some players are going off to international duty, Declan Rice being one of them.
Lanzini's been called up.
Yeah, Lanzini. So they can get together and they can just sort of have a meeting and think, look, this is what we've done, first 4 games. Now the next 4, let's try to repeat it, if not better it.
It just seems to be a mentality shift of last season. There'd be them times where we feel we could just turn up and we'd be lazy in games and we could feel like, all we had to do was turn up. Now, every game, even, say like the Brighton game, we started poorly. Overall, we've worked hard and we've been trying and
we didn't look leggy today either. We didn't look unfit.
No. From start to finish, even in the last couple of minutes, we were still bombing up the pitch trying to get that third goal.
That's what I mean. It was good to see.
And that's what it was. So, it's refreshing to see. It was just so comfortable today. I've sat over that London Stadium, as we all have, so many times. You're like, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I didn't want the whistle to end today.
No.
I didn't want it to. I was enjoying the game so much.
If that game would have gone on for another bloody 20 minutes or whatever, we would have scored a third and a fourth. You felt like
even out they'd have got 2 goals back.
But it's the same like with the first half. Like you're sitting there, you're watching the game, we're 1-0 up. You look at the clock, it's like 37 minutes. It's like, wow, that's gone really quick. Yeah. Previous games you're sitting there going,
you're waiting for that half-time whistle. It's like. It's refreshing, it's nice, and as I said, it's so nice. Like when we do this channel, we interview a lot of fans after the games, and every fan was buzzing, and you had little kids walking past in the background, and you see they're buzzing, and it's nice, and that's
and how good does it feel to do a post-match pint? Happy, excited, super positive.
That's what I said to you on the other day, didn't I? I said I want a happy post-match pint.
There was no negatives today. There isn't. You can't really sit there.
I'm sure some people will find some, but
there's always going to be. Look, at the end of the day, the only person that needs to be picking negatives out of that win is Pellegrini.
Yeah,
where he can go to his players.
I mean, I said
you did this wrong, you did that wrong, and to improve their game. But overall, for a fan and for someone who likes
you go home happy. People go to the pub after happy. It's a nice thing. I mean, but when you look at the match stats, I said to you, Norwich actually had more possession than us, which I was surprised with. I mean, I'm going to check this BBC website because if Yarmolenko manned the match, they said Norwich got more possession. But it's just one of them.
We did a lot more with it either way. But look at this. This is one of the first games. 18. We had more shots and more shots on target, and the corners. Usually, the other team we hardly had any shots on target. Now we're starting to.
It's so refreshing to see. I'm sitting here now, and I know we sort of got a lot of stick the other week because people thought that we wanted Pellegrini out, which wasn't the case. That was just a title of a video.
Because there was a certain part of the fan base that was starting to bring that out.
And I've always said, I believe in Pellegrini. I think we've got the right manager there, and I think he's now getting that balance of the squad, and he's starting 11. You're starting to see now what his first choice 11 is. I think there's no one today really. I think that is just starting 11.
Yeah.
That's the best starting 11 we can. And when you've got players like Lanzini, I mean, what a massive thing for the club as well. He signed a new 4-year deal yesterday. Yep. You got a T-shirt. I'm still waiting for mine, but
they're still not turned up.
No. I'm going to get them about December time, I reckon.
Do you know what I've seen? I must admit, I've seen a lot of people today.
Yeah, I've seen a few
in
people.
this shirt as well.
Yeah, I've seen a few people walking around.
Not in khaki though.
Not in khaki.
Some bloke turned around and said it looks better in green than it does in white. Just saying.
I've got the white one.
But yeah, no, it's great to see like the club at the moment. Everyone's on a high. We all go to work on Monday. It's great. It's a great time to be West Ham fan. We know we're going to have our downs this season. Of course we are. We're not going to win the Premier League. Yeah.
But
we know that.
Enjoy the ups when they're in, mate.
That's it. Let's appreciate the ups because there's not many of them, and I think
we haven't had a lot of ups in the past.
This time last season, we only had one win, and that was against AFC Wimbledon in the Cup.
And to be fair, we were lucky in that.
Yeah, and we lost our first 4 Premier League games, and we were rock bottom in the Premier League. So let's just enjoy these moments and these wins, and it was, I'm just overall happy.
We go to Villa, which is another, very winnable game. If we turn up,
tough game.
We just got to go up there with the same mentality of look, we can't just turn up. We have to put in the same shift as we would.
I think sometimes that also works in our way because we know the results of the weekend.
Yeah.
So we go there on a Monday night. We know that look, let's keep in touch with the top 6. Let's go there and get. Well, it ain't going to be easy. Aston Villa will be up for it. Their fans usually fill the ground like 40 minutes before and cause a good atmosphere. So it's going to be a tough game. But if we go there, professional job, we should be good enough to get the 3 points.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. See, the worrying thing for me is that it's a lot like last season. We beat United last season 3-1. and then we played Brighton on a Monday night and just didn't show up. I know we've got that international break, but that's what I don't want to see. I want to see us turn up at Villa. I said it's not an easy game. After that, what is it? United after that, and then Bournemouth away. Again, as much as you don't fear playing United, it's a tough game.
Of course it is.
Bournemouth away, our record at Bournemouth away isn't great.
No.
You know, so they're 3 games that are winnable, but they're 3 games that are very, very
they're 3 games that we could lose.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But that's the Premier League, mate. That's why we're in it. I think, and
to be fair, that is why it's the top. It's the best division.
To sum it up, I think Premiership quality showed today.
Yeah.
Nothing against Norwich, but if it wasn't for Tim Krul, we'd have been talking about 4 or 5.
That's probably
we'd have a positive goal difference. Right now.
Well, that's another thing as well we haven't mentioned. We're -1 goal difference now.
After being -5.
It was -5. So that's another good thing as well.
First Premier League clean sheet of the season as well. Back-to-back clean sheets when you look at the games.
Yeah.
A lot of positives to take going into this break.
First team to keep a clean sheet against Norwich.
There you go.
That includes Liverpool.
It's all positives.
There's no real negatives. Rice got unlucky, didn't he? Just put one wide.
Rice.
Anderson.
Snodgrass right at the end.
Yeah.
You know, he'd have loved to go against his former club today.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they clapped him on, and that just shows like what a guy is. Every club that Snodgrass plays for,
you can't say a bad word against him.
He was just he was unlucky when he came to us the first time, I think, with the fact that
the problem with Snodgrass there, he come in as a replacement for Pint.
Yeah,
he was bought as a replacement for Pint, and then you hear the rumours. You had obviously the Sullivan boys didn't want him there, and which they've got no right to say. Yep. Even Bilic didn't even know we were signing him. So, but I think him going out on loan to Villa, he come back and he's got his head down. It's a big head to get down, but he's got it down and he's worked hard. And I like Snodgrass. You know, we see him after the Brighton game. He walked past us. He shook our hands. You know, we said well done.
He seems a good character to have around the club.
Yeah.
You know,
very.
I think we've got a few good characters at West Ham.
When you look back at last season with Yarmolenko being out injured, I know there was a thing where he probably could have played at the end of the season, but they didn't want to risk it, and he's playing that table tennis with football.
Yeah.
And he's having a laugh and things like that, and they just seem good characters to have around.
Speaking of Declan Rice, he's back in the England squad with his best mate. Mason Mount. So that should be a laugh. See what videos come out of it.
To be fair, they're both call ups.
But it's funny. Look at Wan-Bissaka's gone to Man United, and now all of a sudden he's out of the England.
I mean, Southgate sort of said they watched him a lot last season, but I think that's wrong. They should have just picked him sort of last season. But it shows England they're strong again. They've left Kyle Walker out. They've called up James Maddison.
You look at that right back position for England. It's a wealth of talent.
Trippier's been called back up. Tyrone Mings is back in. He gets his first call up.
See, it's quite the thing. Going off West Ham, but it's quite exciting as well to be an England fan. You know, to see the national team.
I'm always excited to be an England fan.
No, but do you know what I mean? You've got a wealth of talent there, especially young talent, and you've got a manager that's not scared to use it. You know, in the past it's just been we've got to pick Gerrard, Lampard, Rooney because they sell shirts. We need to make money.
Pick the names like the clubs they play for. But now Gareth Southgate, since day one, he's never done that. He's not been afraid to. He dropped Rooney straight away.
Exactly.
He's not afraid to do it. But I mean, I'm glad to see Declan Rice. Hopefully, he plays in the next 2 games for England. It'll be massive for him. I think he's got loads of caps in him for England over the next few years. I think England have got. I think Southgate said we've got 7 or 8 games before we play in the Euros. So, he's got to get.
Expect him to be there, mate.
Without a doubt, mate. Yeah. Without a doubt. I don't see any worries with England.
I see Rice becoming a future captain of us and a future captain of England. I think he's got it in him.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, and I just hope that Rice is with us for many years. As we said last week with the Mark Noble situation, I think he's a dying breed now. It's rare that you're going to get a player stay at a club for 15 years. I hope Declan Rice stays with us. It's going to be tough because the better he gets, big clubs stay.
Well, this is the thing, these England call-ups, we know other clubs are looking at him, but we said it the other day, why not stay at West Ham? So long as we're moving in the right direction, we can keep players. You know, we're not that selling club that we used to be. You know, we were forced to sell Anatovic at the time, who was our best player. You know, we were forced to sell Pint.
We just need to progress. We have to progress as a club.
But this is what we need to see now. This is what we need. We spent 40 million on Anderson. We spent 42 million on Haller. You know, we're making that progression in the transfer market, that we're paying the bigger fees for players. You know, 5-6 years ago, we would have been, our biggest signing would have been 9 million. You know, and we wouldn't have got the quality.
I mean, our biggest signing was Don Hutchinson for about 4 million.
That's it, exactly. You know, but that's good to see. But this is the thing: as a young footballer, you want to play at the highest level. You want to earn as much money as you can. I understand it. You can't begrudge a football player, as much as it pisses me off, leaving a club that are paying him 20 grand a week to go and play for a club that are paying him 150 grand.
But some of these clubs ruin these players.
That's
they
it.
Absolutely ruin them.
Scott Sinclair, you know, went from Swansea being their best player to Man City. He's earning probably 4 times the amount he was earning at Swansea. Well, what did he do? What's the point? As I said on PMP the other week, Trevor Sinclair turned around and said it. Young footballers should play football. Declan Rice will, so long as his form doesn't drop, will consistently play with us. He will consistently make us better.
Well, what
so
is
if
he?
we
He's
can
only,
keep improving,
he's 20. Is he 21 now or just turned 20?
Not too sure.
He's 20. I think he's 20, 21. But he's made over like nearly 70 games for West Ham already. So,
and that's it. How many 20-year-olds now have made 70 Premier League appearances?
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot.
You know, what would you take away the money? What would you rather as a footballer? Would you rather turn around and say, I've made 70 appearances so far and I'm only 20, or you know, I've sat on the bench for the last 70 games?
Well, yeah, because the thing is, you could be 20 years old. You're not going to sit on the bench at Man United or Man City for 7-8 years, because eventually you're going to end up at some, you know, championship side or something.
End up with West Ham.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's it. You know,
that's what they do.
I understand it. Like you've said in the past, if someone turned around and said to you, you're going to do exactly the same job you're doing now, but I'm going to pay you 4 times the amount, you're going. I get that.
Yeah, to be fair, it is a job for them, isn't it? It's one of them. You want to earn as much money as you can, because football's a short time.
Of course it is.
You don't realise.
Your career could be over the next match you play, and I get that. But I just think that if the club's moving in the right direction on the pitch, we won't have to sell these players. Do you know what I mean? If we push on this season, finish in the top 7, top 8, and then next season we push on again, and like, you know, we're in and around that top 6, we get into the Europa League type thing. You know, that's where we need to be. We're not going to be
That's the next
Champions League side for us.
Yeah. Critical.
Yeah, you know, we've got the potential. Don't get me wrong with the stadium and things like that, but we should be in the Europa League. We should be consistently challenging around that 6th, 7th spot.
Yeah, you know, that's where we need to get if we want to keep these players.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. If you're giving,
and not only that, you get in Europe, you keep the good players, and you also attract other better players as well. But
and there's with the England setup now, there's not that pressure on a player to go, oh, I need to go to a Big 4 side to get the England squad.
Gareth Southgate's proven that. He's proven that. So, but happy hammers.
Very happy hammers. Made my weekend.
But 3 wins in a week.
Yeah. Are you looking at me?
Yeah. I counted. I've looked at you 46 times. 46 times, 38 times. But nice. 3 wins in a week. We're all happy hammers. Anything left to say? No. Oh, don't forget a little picture.
That's a good little picture.
This little girl always comes over and gives us a picture.
Take
and I'll take it out.
Yeah, but come out.
You won't appreciate that.
Do you know what? That's a better circle than what I could do. Like,
it's better than what your mate done. But no, thank you so much. Once we get the studio fully done, I've got about 4 or 5 of her pictures. But bless her. She always does us a little picture. Always comes over. Always smiling as well. So thank you so much for that. And we'll leave it there. Yeah. Done. Yeah. Don't forget, keep subscribing to our channel. We're closing on that 50k.
50k.
Don't forget t-shirts modelled by these two.
Glamorous models.
I'm modelling the club retro range.
Yeah. I must admit, we need some new models.
All right.
You know, Come on.
We'll hire a couple of little Swedish twins for you.
We're not really appealing, are we, me and Dan? You know
Oh, don't love me in with you, sunshine.
I'll make you right as it goes. I've seen Nicky modelling them in Mexico on the beach.
He's going to be back next PMP.
Yeah, this is the last PMP without him, so...
Let's enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, it's always fun with you.
We're unbeaten, so if we lose and Nicky's back, we know what's going to happen. He's got to go.
He's got to go, Nick.
But yeah, don't forget, keep following us on all our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, did I say that? Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, they're the main ones. Just search West Ham Fan TV, you'll find us. I won't do all the...
Go to www.
I can't do it, I can't say it because
That's Graham and Nicky.
Yeah, but yeah.
Graham's carry a pigeon one, isn't he?
Yeah. Graham would be, don't forget to fax us on 0207 smoke signals. Right, we'll leave it out. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Come on, you Lions.